Mga kaserbisyo, espesyal na naman ang ating hinanda sa ating ikatlong episode dahil talagang nagpapa-interview dito ang mga bigatin, hindi ko alam bakit. Kahit mga matataas na opisyal, hindi niya sinasanto. Basta't mali ang ginawa, mali ka at may kalalagyan ka sa Senado. Hindi siya natibag. Napakamatibay niya. Sino siya dito sa Just You and I?
Just you and I.
Aba, walang iba siyempre kundi si NBI Director Attorney Melvin Matibag. Welcome, Director!
Attorney Jess, salamat.
Ang pogi mo in personal.
Salamat, Attorney Jess, and good evening sa iyo, sa lahat ng manonood sa iyo.
Good evening.
Salamat.
Saan ka pa galing? May trabaho ba ngayon? Kasi may nag-suspend na work, di ba?
Meron po, nung nag-suspend, katatapos lang nung planning namin, all the regional directors and mga provincial directors namin, nandito po sila for our planning.
Thank you for the time. I'm sure you're very busy sa dami ng mga naririnig namin sa iyo na mga ini-investigate. But let's get to know you more. Kasi personally, and I'm sure madaming mga kababayan natin who feel the same way, ngayong taon ka lang talaga namin nakilala. Putok na putok ang pangalan mo, NBI Director. No? So, first of all, of course, you are married to Kong Ann Matibag.
Yes.
Ang aking tanong dyan, syempre, ang ating mga pasweetams, kailan ang huli nyong date? Nag-movie date na ba kayo? Si Attorney Lorna Kapunan, manonood daw ng Odyssey. Paano ba kayo nagde-date?
May naka-reserve kami, manonood kami ng Spider-Man muna. Pero sabi ko, Odyssey. Pero last night, we're together, nag-pickleball kami. That's
Okay.
part of our date na rin.
Wow, very physically active. Pero let's say, yung isa, like ikaw, gusto mo Odyssey, siya gusto niya Spider-Man. Sino ang masusunod?
Alam mo na ako sino. sa NBA lang ako director, pero sa bahay namin yung asawa ko.
Ayun,
director, ano.
sumusunod ka sa batas na a happy wife, happy life.
That is my love language. Attorney Jess, ano?
Yan ang number one na batas sa mga married couple. So, syempre pag-appoint po sa inyo as NBI Director, madami kayong kaibigan before that. And usually kapag na-appoint ka sa powerful position, dumadami ang kaibigan mo. Pero ang question ko sa iyo, dumami ba ang kaibigan mo o kaaway mo nung kayo ay na-appoint na NBI Director?
I don't know. Pagka tiningnan mo yung mga galit sa ginagawa natin, you will say dumami yung kaaway mo. Pero publicly, very surprising, Attorney Jess, kasi pag Wednesday, I go to Baclaran, tapos Sunday, Saturday naman, pag may time, I go to the mall. So far, wala namang yung mga galit sa akin sa social media. In person, wala naman. They're very accommodating and very encouraging yung mga sinasabi nila.
Nagpapa-selfie.
Nagpapa-selfie, nagsasabi na just keep doing what you're doing. Kasi alam mo naman, yung pamantayan ko nga sabi, dumami yung kaibigan. Alam naman ng mga kaibigan ko kung ano yung pagkatao ko even before ako napunta sa NBI.
Bago ka pa napunta sa NBI, and bago ka ba napunta sa NBI, sir, nasaan ka ba? Siyempre, meron kaming mga onting alam, like naging cabinet secretary ka for I think 3 to 4 months in the twilight of the Duterte administration.
That's right.
Naging NTC din po kayo. Pero before that, paano kayo napasok sa gobyerno?
Well, actually 2005 I was appointed by former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo sa LLDA. So director tayo dyan. Then in 2010, pero 2008, terminal manager ako ng T3, kasama ko rin sa isa sa mga nagpasimula ng Terminal 3. Then eventually, naging general manager ako ng Manila International Airport Authority. But after noon, private practice ako. May law office talaga ako, Attorney Jess, sa BGC. Actually, yung law office ko since 1999 pa.
Anong name ng firm? Matibag and?
Dati,
or
nandun yung
Matibag
name
and
ko.
Matibag?
Dati andun yung name ko, but inalis ko yung name ko. Pag nasa government ka, you have to remove it. No? Pero I continue to be parang doon pa rin yung office.
Of counsel, consultant.
Actually ngayon hindi rin pwede because of my
Parang
position.
kaibigan lang.
So
lang
gano'n na
naman
lang
ang
ngayon.
ano.
I make some advice. No? Siyempre as a lawyer, lagi naman tayong...
So, dalawang posisyon or tatlo and then pahinga, law firm,
Law
private.
firm, yeah, private practice. Yun naman talaga yung... Saka teaching din. I'm teaching sa law school. Sa Universidad de Manila, nagturo ako, San Sebastian. Then sa... Ngayon, yung bago ako na-appoint talaga, I'm I'm the Dean of the Lyceum Alabang Law School.
Ah, wow.
So,
Din ka din pala.
Dean ng College of Law. Ako yung nagsimula, founding dean on the second year dapat ngayon. Then yun na nga, cabinet secretary, tsaka president CEO ng NTC. But yung entry point ko talaga noong 2016 is not position in the government but as a Deputy Secretary General of the ruling party at that time, which is PDP Laban.
Ayun, nung panahon ni President Duterte.
Yes.
Okay. Pero mamaya, may tanong ako dyan. Mamaya pa naka-line up na dito. Pero so 21 years since 2005, parang in general, 2 decades na pala in public service or in government service, no? Nung NTC, may na-research ako na although hindi yata na pangalanan noon, may sinabi noon si Senator Win Gatchalian nung hindi pa siya Senate President. So I wanna confirm it with you na meron daw nagkwento sa kanya or nagsabi sa kanya na presidente ng NTC na may kalokohan or problema nga doon sa national grid. Tama ba yun?
Well, alam mo, I have to...
Ikaw ba yun?
Well, actually, ako yung presidente na yun, no? And I will admit it kasi napakahusay ni SP Win Gatchalian. Very serious na dyan sa trabaho niyan. At that time, he's the chairman of the Joint Congressional Energy Committee. So sila ni Sen. Risa very active dun sa issue na yan because we know that it's under concession eh. So nung naging presidente ko ng National Transmission Corporation, one of my crusades dun sa position ko dyan is ibalik yung systems operation from the private to the government.
Okay.
So medyo sa akin issue sa akin that is being controlled by
Yung national grid.
yung the national grid. Okay lang yung development, yung improvement yan, but the systems operation, para mas maging malimanize natin, yung systems operation sila yung nagtatraffic ng kuryente.
Opo.
Coming from the power plants, saan nila ipapadala. Kung gusto nilang i-brown out dito sa lugar na to, they can do that.
So parang national security issue.
It's a big national security issue kasi it's a 60-40 company which the 40% is a nationalized company of China.
Okay, Chinese owned in a sense.
Yes. Pero it's not, baka naman maging issue na parang takot ako sa that's not true. Parang I strike a balance because if you will look at the history nung pagiging partner ng PDP Laban at the Communist Party of China, I was the Secretary General of PDP noon.
And you had good relationship.
We have good relationship at ako ang nag-craft nung agreement na yan. Na hanggang ngayon, it's still existing.
With
Although I'm no
PDP
longer PDP.
With PDP Laban. Puntahan natin yan mamaya. Pero ang point dun sa NTC is, yun lang, na you gave your very professional public service opinion na may national security issue, regardless kung China yung owner or not, kasi nga
Yes.
gusto mo mabalik sa public control.
Yes, tsaka you go to any other jurisdiction, to any other country, Attorney Jess, wala na pumapayag na nag-ooperate ng power grid ninyo, nagsisystem operation, is a foreign national or private.
Dapat
Laging sa government yan.
State
Yeah.
or the government.
Yes.
Okay, so that was your NTC experience. Mahaba din yun. Yung sa pagiging CABSEC nyo po, ang cabinet secretary inabolish noong 2022. Tapos binalik ngayon nung inappoint si Secretary Benhur Abalos.
Yeah.
Ang dating sa tao, and kahit sa akin, na pag CABSEC ka, you have to be really close with the President to be appointed as CABSEC. And President Duterte yung panahon na yun. So, were you really close with the President? Paano ka napunta sa CABSEC?
I don't know kung baka sabihin kong close tapos sasabihin nila hindi naman close no? Siguro it's because of my experience and my work as a section of the political party.
Okay.
Pero may may side story yan Baka dito ko lang makwento publicly.
Ano side story? Hindi ko alam yung tanong na sasabihin ko kasi hindi ko alam yung side story.
Ito yung story yan. At sigurado, pag ito lumabas, mababash na naman tayo rito. Sabihin na naman. Actually, I was supposed to be appointed as the chairman of COMELEC.
Okay.
Bago, nung nabakante yung chairmanship ng COMELEC.
Si Chairman George Garcia ang na-appoint
No,
eventually.
hindi.
Hindi pa?
Si attorney sa Idamin.
Okay.
Sa Idamin. So, si Carlo Nograles was appointed sa Civil Service. Then
Yes.
Stoll was appointed sa COA. If you recall that,
Yes,
yun mo.
yes.
At tapos ang commissioner na kasama noon, si Attorney Neri and si Attorney George, sa commissioner sila.
Opo.
So that was unofficial naman na usapan as part of the political party.
Okay.
So when I was not appointed na COMELEC, for some reason, as chairman, may nilagay silang iba. So ito naman, sinabi naman talaga sa akin directly nung mga nandoon nung time na yan nung mga officials na nandoon, kinausap nila ako.
Ano sinabi?
So sabi, mag-capsic at least you get to work with the president.
Okay.
At least on the last few months, malapit ka. Well, literally, pagka-cabinet meeting, mga one seat apart lang naman kami. So malapit talaga ako. Kung physical yung pag-uusapan, so okay lang naman. So okay
And
naman.
what's the work? What's the work as a CABSEC? Ano
Well,
ginagawa ng isang cabinet
May mga
secretary?
cabinet clusters So umuupo ako lahat dyan. So may security cluster, economic cluster. So parang
Anong difference
it's
with
like a secretary ng corporation.
Okay.
It's like
Anong difference with the
corporate
executive secretary? Yun yung nagugulan yung mga tao, especially with the appointment of Sec Benhur.
Well, the executive secretary, alam naman, ang term is the primus inter pares, no?
Little
So
president.
siya talaga lahat yan, na ganyan. Then the cabinet secretary, kung ano yung binibigay sa yung trabaho. But mostly at that time, para ka talagang corsec.
Okay.
You do the agenda.
Corporate secretary, agenda setting,
Agenda setting. Pero,
house cleaning, housekeeping.
But there was a time, historically, na yung cabinet secretary, very powerful, like Rene Almendras, alam mo naman yan. Then Jun Ibasco. So may mga binigay, mga dinelegate na powers. With me, ano na yun, that's basic. It's more on, para kasing from Transco, medyo tinas ka. At least you get to go out of the
Yes, of
administration
course.
as a secretary. At
Of
least pwede ka
course.
na rin tawaging secretary, di ba, somehow.
Oh, pero after nun, hindi ka na namin yata nakita or narinig until naging NBI director ka. Sa ano po to, public. So, ano nangyari between 2022 to maybe 2025? Who were you before NBI?
Well, yun na nga, private practice.
Balik sa private
Private
practice.
practice. Actually, before ako nakuha na din, na-recruit na maging din ng Lyceum Malabang, I'm planning to build a bigger law office physically. And,
Okay.
Sa BGC rin. So, meron na kaming space na binubuo. I have my new set of partners and lawyers. So, na ito muna yun. So, nag-NBI muna tayo. No?
To kapos. Pero, ang tanong ko sa'yo, NBI director, paano na-offer? Or how did that materialize naman na NBI director? Paano ka kinausap ng administrasyon?
Well, actually, early on, since day one of the PBBM administration, I will say, nag-apply talaga ako.
Okay.
I want to work with the administration of President Bongbong Marcos. Ano. So nag-apply ako day one, kung ano yung position na in-applyan ko. So hindi tayo nakuha. So,
Hindi pa nagmamaterialize.
Hindi nagmaterialize. Again, I will say, always in God's time. No?
God's timing.
So ako, I do my thing. Nagsulat din ako. Nagsusulat din ako sa dyaryo. Nagsulat din ako sa dyaryo.
columnist.
Columnist din ako sa dyaryo. So marami kong ginagawa.
So, opinionated ka na pala noon pa.
Well,
Kaya din sa
somehow.
mga press con nyo, opinionated.
Medyo may ganun. So yun yung nangyari. Then it happened so fast talaga. Nitong January lang, I think the opportunity came na NBI. So nag-apply pa ako ombudsman pala. No?
Ay, really? I didn't know. Sa
Nag-apply
JBC,
ako.
dumaan kayo sa
Dumaan ako
proseso.
sa JBC.
Dumaan kayo sa
So
proseso.
nung hindi ako nasama dyan, na-qualify, so sabi ko, ito na, talagang bubuhay ko na yung law office, then I'm enjoying being a dean. Sabi ko, alagaan ko tong batch na to hanggat mag-bar. So, tapos,
May tumawag.
Tumawag kung interesado or what. Sabi ko naman, ako naman ay binapply. So, sabi ko, sige, mag-apply ulit ako. So, but this will be the last time. Kung hindi talaga, sabi ko. So, parang hindi talaga sa atin.
Yes.
Tapos nag-materialize. And mabilis. Eto na tayo ngayon.
And by God's timing, ang dami mong ginagawa. Although madami namang nagawa ng NBI, very professional in my own assessment. No? Pero syempre, it's just that this year parang jam-pack talaga yung mga pinagagawa ng NBI.
That is true. No? I'm very fortunate na dumating ako sa NBI with men and women na very professional. Iba talaga. Meron talaga silang mga talent talaga to do things. So, well, but just like any organization, meron mga concerns, di ba? Pero ako, I will say na I'm very happy with the team. Sa totoo ngayon, we are averaging 200 to 220 operations a month. So, ganun karami yung ginagawa.
Pinapizza mo ba or nilibre mo ba sina NBI agent Mark Calilong at si Attorney Lotok for their very professional, malumanay performance kahit na parang ginigisa sila? I'm sure sa NBI, how are they being treated? I'm sure celebrated
I
naman.
have to transfer sa ibang region si Agent Lotok, si RD Lotok. So, nilalagay ko siya sa Tacloban for security reasons. Ano. So, he used to serve as a BARM. So, nilagay ko siya sa Tacloban.
Okay.
Yun yung hometown niya. Si Agent Kalilong naman, hindi ko pinapisa, pero meron akong gift check ng buffet for
Ay.
10. Sabi ko, sa'yo na to, i-treat mo yung family mo.
Buffet. Okay, ang sarap ng kain niya. At least, di ba? Meron akong itatanong mamaya related sa mga senador, pero teaser muna, mamaya ko pa itatanong. Dito tayo sa medyo parang mabilis ang sagutan. Just asking tayo. Mabilis na sagutan lang po, just yes or just no. But if you want to explain, I will not prohibit you. Hindi naman to cross-examination or
Ano ba, parang yes, I'm
Miss-
asking, yes or no.
Oo, hindi to misleading. You can expound if you want. Ito na yung gusto kong tanungin kanina pa kasi nga natanong natin yung talambuhay nyo ng kaunti, no? First question, DDS ka daw noon? Or hanggang ngayon?
Well, it depends how will you define DDS, no?
Yes or no?
No, because I'm a person who loves the mandate.
Okay.
Ang sa akin, kung sino yung nasa puder, we have to respect and support. Kahit hindi mo siya binoto. And to tell you honestly, hindi ko naman binoto si former President Duterte. I campaigned for Marrojas.
Ayun.
But when they call me to help, I help because I want the government to succeed. Why? Because it will redound to everybody kung
Actually.
maging successful yung administration.
And you were an appointee as well nung panahon pa ni GMA.
Yes.
So madami ka nang na-serve na administration.
Panahon ni GMA, and I was also helping during the time of President Pinoy on a capacity na consultant sa mga iba-ibang mga ahensya.
Okay. So hindi ka DDS. And there's nothing wrong naman with being
That's why I
DDS.
want you to define what is DDS.
DDS, diehard Duterte supporter. Yun naman ang very common meaning
Well,
nun
if that's the case, no, because I'm a diehard supporter of the Constitution.
Ay, wow.
Mandate.
Pro-Philippines lang.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Just yes or just no? May nagtangka na bang manuhol sa iyo or kumuha ng pabor or na parang, go easy naman, wag mo namang investigahan to.
May mga nakiusap, but of course the answer is no, hindi talaga pwede.
How do you say no?
Because no one is above the law. No, yan na yung mantra ko.
No one is above the law.
Especially, I'm now in the law enforcement, hindi talaga pwede.
Friends, family, ka-fraternity.
No, yung mga friends ko,
No one is above the law.
alam nila yung ugali ko and family ko. So that's why they will never...
Kong Leandro kasi said you were a friend eh. Kaya ka napasabing no one is above the law, right?
Exactly. Kasi pinost pa niya yung private conversation namin, di ba?
Dito Privacy Act.
No, but I will not deny it.
Yeah.
Because at that time, ganun yung... Pero anong sabi ko nga, people can change, di ba? So sa akin, hindi talaga... Ako susunod lang talaga sa mandato.
Or you haven't changed. Kasi sabi nyo nga, pro-Philippines ka lang.
Yes.
Diehard.
Nung kausap ko kasi siya,
Constitution.
ang ganda ng mga point of view niya talaga eh. So actually, mahanga ka talaga that this person, malayo yung mararating.
I would say so. Hindi nyo ako natatanong kasi kayo ang guest. Pero nakilala
Mamaya,
ko din siya.
tatanungin kita.
Nakilala ko din siya noon eh.
Yeah.
So magaling siya nga magsalita at mag-explain.
And of course, tayo naman, one way or another, we're impressed by the performance of Senator Loren.
Of course.
Nakita naman what the contribution of Senator Loren.
Over 2 decades.
Alam naman natin, syempre yung santol naman, hindi naman namumuga ng mangga yan eh. So, di ba? So, we don't know. But
Yes.
people change. That's the...
So basta no one is above the law.
Exactly.
Friends, family, ka-fraternity, kahit sino.
Wala.
Okay.
I have experience, yung mga kapatid ko, when I was in the airport, tapos bago pa lang yung mga concessions, nagtampo pa sa akin yung mga yan because hindi ko sila binigyan ng pwesto. Eh.
Walang special treatment.
Wala. Ako siguro yung GM na walang pwesto sa airport.
Walang nepotism.
No.
Wow. Ang galing. Ngayon lang namin nalaman yan. Tough question to. Pero just yes or no muna. And then you can explain. May mansyon ka ba abroad or hidden assets?
Absolutely na wala. Wala talaga.
Fake news.
Ang nakatago ko lang siguro ang asset yung aking mga pagmamahal sa ating bansa talaga.
At na-debunk nyo na yan
Yes.
last week. Okay.
At nag-sorry na sa atin yung naglabas.
Correct. Nag-retract pa, nag-delete pa. Diba? At ako din, na-debunk ko yun, na-fact check ko yun.
I know it.